What is going on, beautiful people? Welcome to another episode of the Narcissist Code. I'm your favorite self-aware narcissist, Mr. Lee Hammock, better known as Mental Illness, across all social media platforms. If this is the first time seeing my face or hearing my voice, I'm a diagnosed narcissist, and I use my platform on social media to raise awareness for NPD, get more people into therapy, like myself, 5 years strong. I haven't had therapy today, and also validate the victims and survivors of said disorder. Okay, and so today's episode is going to be about how sometimes the narcissistic person wants you to take the move in leaving them. Sometimes the narcissist wants you, the survivor, the significant other, the thriver, the victim, whatever stage you're in. Sometimes the narcissistic person wants you to be the one to leave them. Not because of the emotional discard comes before the physical discard a lot of times. The narcissist or toxic person will emotionally discard you well before they physically discard you most times. And the emotional discard can be for a few different reasons. They can just be bored. They can just be, the supply that they get from you has run out. Once that supply runs out, the narcissistic person tends to want to try to find a fresh supply, a fresh source of, energy and validation and things like that. But not all narcissistic people have the courage to break up with you. Not all narcissistic people have the courage to be the one to cut ties with you. So they start to treat you badly behind the scenes, in front of the scenes. They start to devalue you. They start to make you feel like you're not worth what you're actually worth. They start to make you feel like you're not, they start to make you feel like your value is a lot less than what it actually is. They start to treat you terribly. They emotionally discard you, but they physically remain around you to treat you badly. They try to push you, they try to intentionally push you away to the point where you get fed up, you get tired of it, and then you are the one to break up with them. You are the one to initiate the actual breakup, quote unquote, discard type of stuff. You are the one who actually does that so they can play the victim. They don't have the strength to do it. They don't have the courage to do it. So they want you to be the one who actually does it. So they can play the victim to the kids. They can play the victim to the family. They can play the victim to public, to the people in the public eye, or the people around y'all, to say, hey, look, I tried to make it work, but I wasn't good enough for them. They left me. And that gives them the foregone excuse to move on to someone else pretty quickly. They can try to move on to someone else very, very fast and they have the excuse now because they pushed you away. Nobody knows what's going on behind the scenes. Nobody knows that there's no more love, no more caring, no more affection, anything like that. You know it. You know your relationship is different. But you try to make it work. You try to make it work through thick and thin. You try to, y'all, sometimes y'all married and things like that, or y'all been together for a very long time. So you try to, you forgive a lot of stuff. But the relationship overall keeps going downhill. No matter how hard you try, it's like it's for no reason, because the narcissist or the toxic person that you're with is still pushing you away consistently. They're still pushing you away constantly. They don't let you get close to them. Nothing you say you can't support them enough. Nothing you do for them will ever be enough. Like, there's no level of support or kindness or strength that you can give to that narcissistic person that is going to make them change their tune on you. There's nothing you can do. I tell people, like I said, when you're dealing with narcissists and toxic people, sometimes I don't know if y'all can hear that. I have my mic on, but I hate living by the highway sometimes. You can hear it, people just revving their engines on the highway like it's a damn racetrack. Oh my goodness. But nothing you do, no level of support, no level of emotional connection you do will be enough for a narcissist. Look, even after the emotional discard happens, a narcissist will sometimes try to get you to go to therapy with them. Let's go to marriage counseling. Let's try to make this work. They'll go to marriage counseling and try to make you feel worse. So you come from marriage counseling and you feel worse. And I tell people, if you're dealing with a narcissist or a toxic person, I typically tell people don't go to marriage counseling with them. But I'm not saying don't do it. But some people do it because they need to have every leaf turned over. They need to turn over every single leaf. I tried everything. I've crossed all my I's. I've dotted all my T's. And sometimes, you can go to marriage counseling just to get a different perspective outside of the household. You go to marriage counseling to get a different perspective outside of the household and see what you're actually going through, and to see if they actually want to make it work, to see if the other person is actually willing to try to communicate with you. So, like I said, marriage counseling doesn't work for me because I was actually willing to go in there and listen and sit in the shame and sit and take accountability for the stuff I have done and the stuff I have, did and done. So that's why marriage counseling worked for me personally. But that's just how I feel about it. But some narcissistic people will try to drag you to marriage counseling. They'll try to drag you there, or they'll go if on your suggestion. If you suggest that they'll go, okay, let's try this. They'll go in there and treat you terribly in front of the marriage counselor. They won't let you talk. You won't get a word in. They'll manipulate the marriage counselor. They'll lie. They'll do a whole bunch of other stuff. They'll pretty much go in the marriage counselor and continue to doing the stuff that they've been doing. And you know it, and then you can see that it doesn't work out. But some narcissists, they are definitely willing to go to marriage counselor to try to make it work with you. To try to make it seem like they want to make it work. Hey, I tried it. We tried everything. We tried to go to counseling. It didn't work either. So I have to, and they got rid of me after marriage counseling. They want to push you away. But I need to say this, y'all. Just because a narcissist pushes you away or emotionally discards you, and they emotionally discard you, and you physically discard them, does not mean that they are done with you. That does not mean that they are absolutely done with you. Some narcissistic people become stalkers, become obsessive, even when you physically discard them. Even when you physically discard them, after they emotionally discard you, they might find somebody else, or they might already have somebody else set up. They'll still become obsessed with you. They still don't want to see you move on. They still don't want to see you move on. And this is a pretty easy analogy to make right here. It's just like most people have seen the movie Toy Story. When Andy's favorite toy was Woody for a long time. But then Andy got Buzz, right? So then Andy got Buzz, correct? So when Andy got Buzz, he stopped playing with Woody as much, but he didn't get rid of Woody, did he? Did he throw Woody away? Did he trash Woody? No, Andy just started playing with Buzz more, but he kept Woody around because he didn't want anybody else to play with Woody. You see how that works right there? It's the simplest analogy that I can make on this topic right here. Just because they get rid of you emotionally, or if you physically discard them, does not mean that they're going to just let you go. It doesn't work. Typically doesn't work that way with narcissistic people. Can they let you go? Yeah, they can definitely let you go. I'm not saying everybody does it, but sometimes they don't. I need to forewarn y'all that just because they've moved on to someone else does not mean they want to let you go. I hope that makes sense. Sometimes they want to have more than one person. No one source of supply is enough for a narcissistic person, y'all. That's why they always jumping around to different jobs. That's why they always jumping around to different people. That's why they always jumping around to different careers, jobs, hobbies, sports teams. There's a lot of people out there who just don't settle into one thing because it's not good enough. The goalpost is always moving. You see what I'm saying? So you, in your own ability, have to stand in your strength and understand what you're going through. Because most narcissists and toxic people don't care about what you're going through, y'all. They don't. They'll put you through it, and if you stay with them, they'll think you're okay with it. I feel like I have to tell people that all the time. Just because they're narcissist or a toxic person emotionally discards you does not mean that they're going to be physically done with you. They don't want to see you with anybody else. They can actually move on. Like, you can break up with them, right? They can move on to somebody else in the next week or two, month or two, or whatever. They can have somebody else really, really quickly, and you find somebody else 3-4 months down the road, and here they come popping up at your house. Here they come not letting you move on. Here they come trying to interrupt your peace. And it's about simultaneously staying in the other relationship. Just because they don't want to be with you anymore does not mean they want to see you with anybody else. They don't want to see. Most narcissistic people are not going to be just like, I want to see you happy, even if it's not with me. Hell no. Hell no. I don't want to see you happy regardless. They don't want to see you happy with them or without them. They don't want to see you with anybody else. They want to see you just right away. So as I say, if you protect yourself, protect your peace at all costs when you're dealing with narcissists. I just have to say that right there. Protect your damn peace. Because if you don't protect your peace, no one will. I can guarantee you that right there. If you're not a protector of your own peace, no one will be. I promise you that. So y'all have to stand in your power, stand in your strength, and take care of yourself, y'all. Because if you don't take care of yourself, I promise you, you're going to get mentally, physically, and emotionally destroyed. You just are. So I need for everybody to understand that that's the working mindset of a narcissist or a toxic person, y'all. It just is. So stand in your truth, stand in your power, y'all. You have to. You absolutely have to, y'all. And I have to, as I'm gonna wrap this thing up, y'all. June 12th, from June 12th 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. We're going to be at COVA, C-O-V-A, live in-person meetup, meet and greet. Me and Raw Motivations, Ben Taylor, the other self-aware narcissist, going to be in Norfolk, Virginia at COVA Brewing Company. I'm doing a live in-person meetup. Come say, hey, come meet me. I want to meet y'all. I really, really do. I've been cooped up in the house, y'all. I've been cooped up in the house going stir crazy for 2 damn years because of COVID. Come meet me. I'll buy you a drink. We can have fun. Say hey. You know what I mean? Tell me your story. I'm going to be out there. You know what I mean? Anyways, y'all, like and subscribe for more. And as always, mental illness is out. Peace.